Welcome, my fellow figure-loving friends, to the 9th Colonel Marbles Miniatures Review vidcast. Been an absolutely belting week for new figures this week, and especially new figures from new and different companies, so let's get straight on with it. I'm pleased to say that the show continues to be sponsored by Rattlehead Games, fine purveyors of many of the independent sci-fi and fantasy miniature ranges you'll see featured here. We kick off with Moonlight Miniatures at number 10. Here are a few more of their Undead Pirate themed 28mm range. On the left, William Hatchett, and on the right, John Swabby. Both are priced at $3. At 9 this week, it's Shadowforge. This Australian company specialise in female characters. These are a few preview pics of their new Wicked Elves Blood Bowl team. Can I say Blood Bowl? These will be coming out later this year, and the team pack will consist of 5 Wicked Elf line, 2 quarterbacks, 2 linebackers and 2 guards. No word on price that I could find. At 8 this week we have MK Studios. Yes, it's another new figure from Marvel's favourites MK Studios. This time we have the Green Maiden, a goddess of earth, nature and fertility, priced at $4.99. This was sculpted as a promotional item for Gen Con 2006, and the remaining castings are available only while stocks last. At 7 this week we have Impact Miniatures. More Blood Bowl compatible figures now, this time 2 Anubis players, a thrower and a hunter. Both were sculpted by Victoria Lamb, and they will be sold individually. And if these sell well, there are plans to add a Croc/Sobek defender, a falcon-headed Ra thrower, and some Cat/Bast type midfielders. Our old chums Black Scorpion are at number 6 this week. Now this, believe it or not, is a Grongoid fairy catcher, a very strange but wonderful new sculpt currently on the Black Scorpion workbench. As you can see from the close-up here, there is a captured fairy in a cage on the top of the pole, carried by the... is it an orc that's carrying that? I'm not sure. Anyways, it's fantastically wacky stuff from Black Scorpion, and more like this, please, I think, from them. At number 6 this week, we have Dark Age Games. There are 4 new releases this month, primarily for the Scarred faction, so I'll quickly rattle through them. First up is a Charity's Might. Next up is another Charity's Might. No prices on these yet. And this sculpt will only be available in the Charity's Might Box Set Edition. Finally, here is GoLab version 2. I've actually got version 1 of GoLab, and it's a wonderful piece. This is not as impressive to my eyes, but it comes with 2 different sword hands. And lurking just outside the top 3 this week at 4, it's our French chums Rackham. And again, there's a whole slew of new releases for Rackham, so I'm just going to quickly rattle through them. This is a female dwarf, one of a set of 3 that will cost you €12. And this is a beautifully bizarre Morzath the Infernal, costing €13.50. And this is a beautifully bizarre Morzath the Infernal, costing €13.50. And those were just some of the new releases from Rackham this month, so you might want to check out their site for the rest. I've just added here, for your pleasure, a sneak peek picture taken at the recent US Gen Con of a double-barreled shotgun-wielding ogre, which looks pretty damn ferocious to me. This episode sponsored in part by the Fiend Foundry, who produce quality resin terrain at an affordable price. We hurtle into the top 3 now, and at 3, Anima Tactics. Anima Studios are the creators of a Spanish anime-style role-playing game, and they have a miniatures line coming out soon to support it. The figures you see here are all sculpted by industry veteran Chaz Elliott. The sword-wielding pose on this one is pretty ludicrous, I have to admit. But I really like this one, apparently called Malice, although it may be a little over-ornate and absolute hell to paint. This is also superb. The average size of these minis is going to be around 35mm. Bobby Jackson and Sandra Guarantee are also doing sculpts for the line, I understand. Here's the only other green I've seen. Apparently the designers want a fusion of conventional and anime proportions. Chaz has got a Chinese-style female martial artist and an assassin coming up for the line, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. At 2 this week we've got Helldorado from Iliad Games. As I understand it, Helldorado is a new miniatures game, apparently coming out in September. The figures will all be metal rather than resin, and this adventurer figure is just superb. And this one appears to be some kind of weird 17th century magic user. This strange creature is the only other miniature that I've seen so far for this range. But taking this week's coveted number 1 spot, it's Hassle-Free Games. First up, this Troll Slayer is rather good. The bother boots and Mohican are a nice touch. But this hassle-free green of a naked chick astride a huge beastie has to be my miniature of the week. Wonderful stuff. Here's more detail on the rider. She looks just sensational. And here's a close-up of the beastie, with half his necrotic stomach hanging out for some reason. This is an awesome sculpt by Kev White, who's an absolute figure-making genius. No information on price or release date as yet. Well, thanks again for watching the show, and I hope to see you same time, same place, next week.